Hello and welcome to my review of the SJCAM M10 Mini Action Camera. In this video review, I will do my best to show you how the camera performs under different weather conditions and different situations. As you can see, I will show you sample footage as well as video and audio tests in absolutely different environment. It will be a bit lengthy review, but by the end of it I hope you will fully understand how this camera performs and whether it's right for you or not. So stay tuned. After the success SJCAM had with their SJ4000 model, plenty of consumers, including myself, expected a brand new innovative camera. However, after the SJ4000, M10 is basically just a repack with the same features, slightly improved user interface and a bit better design in my opinion. Like its predecessor, M10 is an action camera that can record videos in 180p 30 at plenty of other modes and take photographs in up to 12 megapixels. Now I'll talk about video and photography a bit later in the video, but for now it's important to know that camera comes in basic and deluxe version. Basic version is basically this bare bone pack that I got, really tiny box with just a camera and you will see what else inside, whereas the deluxe version comes with a bunch of equipment, mounts, bandages and plenty of other things. There is also a Wi-Fi and non-Wi-Fi version, and even though on the box you see Wi-Fi, this is actually a non-Wi-Fi version. The difference between those versions is just built-in Wi-Fi, which enables you to control camera remotely, transfer your files, take photographs and record videos with just a tap on your smartphone. Let's now unbox this camera and see what you get inside. Once again, this is just a basic non-Wi-Fi version. Important thing to mention is that M10 is a multi-purpose action camera, which means that it can be used for field point of view, attaching it to a drone, it can be used as a car or a dash camera, it can be used for water and outdoor sports as well as diving and even a home surveillance camera. However, I also been using it as a PC camera for talking via Skype and it works amazingly well. It produces very sharp video. Okay, now you see what is in the box. Besides the camera itself, inside this tiny box you will get a USB cable to charge your camera and transfer your files, and this multilingual manual, which is a bit short and not as descriptive as you might expect for a tech product, but it does explain basic functions of the camera and shows optional accessories you can use with it. M10 is available in 7 different colors. I've chosen this yellow one because the previous model I bought was black, so I decided to add a little bit of color to my camera collection. It seems that it's smaller than it really is, and the shape of it is not really a cube. I will clarify that in just a moment, but first you see that it comes with this booklet, which is my favorite gadget because it allows you to attach your camera nearly to anything, whether it's a car stand or just a stand for taking shots in nature. It's a bit hard to take it off at first, but you will get used to it. Now let's compare this camera with the previous model and finally bust the myth whether M10 is really a cube or not. Even though on the front M10 look just a half of the SJ4000, they have the same 2-inch screen size, and in the reality M10 is a bit bulkier on the side. It's just a bit deeper. As you can see, they have the same lens and everything else is similar, though on the side M10 is a bit deeper and on the front it is smaller than the SJ4000. The difference between the two is that M10 has this beautiful M button which enables you to access the menu directly, and SJ4000 does not have that easy access to the menu and the settings. The size of the camera is actually 43, 44 and 48 millimeters, so it's not actually a cube. These navigational buttons outside of the camera will enable you to quickly access the menu by pressing the M and go up and down, and also zoom in or out when taking shots. To confirm an option in menu or take a shot, you need to press this record button, which is at the same time OK button. To turn on the camera, simply hold this button And unlike the previous version where you had to hold it for a couple of seconds, it will turn on immediately, which is a bit of problem because it happened to me quite a few times that camera accidentally turned on. Now when the camera is turned on, let's press this M button to access the setup immediately. As you can see, there are various options to choose from, and you can simply navigate through them by clicking these arrows up and down and pressing record button to confirm the option. You see here there are various resolutions to record from, and the most basic one is Full HD 180p 30 frames per second. Now, I will not go into these options in detail because I already covered them in my previous SJ4000 video, so if you're interested in the menu and the setup of this camera, it is exactly the same as the SJ4000 I already covered, so it might be a good idea to watch this video if you already haven't. Let's now take a look at the different videos I have recorded during my 2 months of using this M10 camera. I hope you will enjoy the footage, and later we will move on to photography and test the audio of the camera. As you had a chance to see, camera records great video for its price, both in indoor, outdoor and in the nature. It records great video under bright and a decent one, not a perfect one, in low light. It could be better in low light. Now, let's take a look at the photographs I have taken with this camera, and I will comment them as you take a look at the shots I made. As you can see, camera makes great shots when faced with the blue color. It is a bit unnatural, but it looks fantastic. I really like this bright look of the sky, even though it was not as bright as it might seem. Camera records shots at maximum 12 megapixels, but as I already mentioned in previous video, this is not a real 12 megapixels. It is somewhere between 8 and 5, and it is shameful that the manufacturer claims that it is true 12 megapixels, where in the reality it is not. You can see that when you zoom out the image, that the images get blurred pretty quickly. So if you need the video camera, this camera is great, but if you need it only for taking photographs, you might want to consider something else. It is decent, but it's not really perfect. Now it's a good time for me to remain silent for a few moments and let you enjoy and judge the photo quality yourself. Like with videos, YouTube compresses the photographs and the entire video, so if you would like to see the really true HD videos and photographs, I recommend you to follow the link in the description of this video, where I uploaded the untouched, uncompressed files, and you can simply download them for free and test them out on your PC, both photographs and videos. So now enjoy the photographs. It's now time to test the audio of the M10 camera. Please note that all the audio here I have increased by 10 decibels so that you can hear them a bit louder, and it will sound a bit better than it in the reality, but by making it louder I managed to make you hear some side noise that actually, if I left it on the default, you wouldn't be able to hear. So it's all increased by 10 decibels, and enjoy. Right.
No, ma pure nel paese.
It's now time to summarize my review of the M10 Cube camera. I really like the improved design of the camera, and it is a bit more appealing than the previous model. I like the size, the weight, and how compact it seems, and I love the fact that it is waterproof under 30 meters. The variety of colors to choose from is genius idea, and it makes it available and appealing to everyone. Compared to the SJ4000, it looks a bit bulkier, but it is also a bit smaller and looks better in your hand. I like how easy it is to navigate, and I like the new M button. The video quality for the price is amazing, and though it's not that perfect in the cloudy weather, and sometimes video will look a bit too dark if you do not set white balance properly. I love the multi-functions that camera offers, and I gladly use it as a dash camera and a PC camera for talking via Skype. Even though not many action cameras these days have an LCD screen at the back, these screens make life easier when you try to preview your video or just see if you caught the right moment. So I really appreciate the screen. Also, I love the price, which is the biggest advantage of this camera, and how feature rich it is compared to the price. Camera is much cheaper than big brand cameras, but at the same time it offers same or really close and in some occasions much better features. Now it's time to talk about some disadvantages of this camera. First and foremost, I really expected the new camera to bring in some innovations, but in the reality it was just a bit better repack with an improved user interface. One thing that I'm most annoyed with when it comes to SJCAM products is the poor customer support. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you will get your email replied, but in some cases they will ignore you. There are not many good guides and the manual is not as descriptive as you might expect, though the camera really works out of the box for most of the things. Also, I think that the photography could be a bit better, whereas the audio should have been better, much better. Audio is not as loud as you might expect and it may catch some side noise. Also, the firmware is not as regularly updated as the SJ4000 version, and still the company did not release the time-lapse firmware. Though you are still able to capture time-lapse, the time-lapse video mode is not available at the moment of recording of this review. That would be it. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked it, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Happy recording and see you in the next video.